magic in your backyard. Go and find it.
We'll head around to all the towns, head away on holiday. South Aussie with Cosi's on sit down. South Aussie with Cosi.
G'day, my name's Cosi from Channel 9 South Aussie with Cosi. I'm a huge fan of Adelaide and South Australia, and rightly so. We have been voted one of the most livable cities in the world. But there's something else that we're very famous for that perhaps you've never even thought of, and that is the level of education that we offer here in Adelaide. Did you know that just over 30,000 students from all around the world are studying right now here in Adelaide? And they're from over 125 different countries, and perhaps most importantly for all of us, that is worth over $1 billion to our economy. Plus, those 30,000 students have friends and family come and visit, so it's also great for our tourism industry. Sure is, and it's my job to show them where to go. In this episode, we'll show you the best value wedding venue I've ever seen. We catch up with passionate South Aussie SA Tourism CEO Rodney Harricks, and I'll give you the chance to win one of 10 free holidays. But first, let's unfold Rundle Mall. There's loads of things that you can do in and around Rundle Mall with the kids. It's a great destination. The library at Rundle Place, the Highmarsh Square Playground. But I'm about to show you something that I used to do as a kid and I now do with my kids that's totally free. Let's have a look. Oh, and by the way, here's another thing. If you stand in the right spot, the mall's balls make you look a lot slimmer. Glass elevator is one of those free cool things that you can do, and the views from here are outstanding. You don't just get to see just down onto Rundle Mall, all down to Rundle Street and right across back towards Adelaide Oval and the rest of the city. It's very cool. Rundle Mall's totally changed and there's more to discover than ever before. You just have to find it for yourself. Rundle Mall's a place where history and high tech now mingle together. There's something hidden to surprise you around every corner, and all you need to do is take the opportunity to explore. So get amongst it, and I guess I'll catch you in Rundle Mall. During my travels around regional South Australia, there's one thing I really love, and that is seeing kids and school groups that are out and about exploring the cool places that we've got here in South Australia. So I thought today I would join these kids and their teacher on their school excursion up to the Adelaide Hills to Cleland National Park. This place is a favourite of mine, so I can't wait to see what these little rat bags think of it.
We offer like a wide variety of education programs, so I think roughly about 11 programs varying from preschool age all the way right up to even university talks we're doing here.
I'm feeling lucky, roll that dice and I win.
They can sort of learn as they sort of go, so they'll be able to see the native wildlife to Australia, spend a little bit of time with our educators, but then get out into the park and actually really get amongst it as well.
This is Ash. You're welcome to give her a little pat if you like. We just pat on her lower back and lower leg, not near her head.
Much better than looking at pictures, isn't it?
Look at her sharp claws.
She does have sharp claws. And you see on her front feet, she has 2 thumbs and 3 fingers, and that really helps her cling onto these gum branches. So Ash is 15 years old, she's pretty old for a koala, and she's going to eat about 1,000 gum leaves a day. So this is the only food she eats, and that is a pretty tiring effort, so she's going to sleep for 20 hours a day.
It's just so valuable to get children out and see the actual things that we're learning about. To have that hands-on experience is just so valuable.
I'm a massive fan of kids spending time in regional South Australia, and Cleland has it all. It's such an intimate experience with the animals. So you've got the kangaroos and the kids, and this one here, sounding a little bit like Steve Irwin, she's even got a little Joey coming.
She's the ultimate attraction, my thrill seeking.
We are very lucky here being in Adelaide. There's so many wonderful learning activities at our doorstep. It's only 20 minutes up the freeway from where we are at our school. By bus, and we're very spoilt with all the wonderful activities that we can just access as a school.
Today we're going to be looking at some different types of animals from different groups, but we'll also be looking about some of the things that they need to survive. As part of the educational program, we offer schools hands-on interactive educational programs with live animals. The first animal that I'm going to show you today is one that has hair or fur on its body and it's warm. And I've got him in here today. You ready to meet him? We have a variety of different mammals and reptiles and birds that we use. Depending on the day and what the program is, we have focused programs on arid adaptations and other programs looking at different environments as well. So we tailor our trained animals with the programs that we're delivering. So you see his really big eyes, really good for helping him to see at night. But he has a long tail that he uses to help him to hold on to the trees. But he can also use it like a bag. So when he's going to make his nest like this, he uses his bark and grass, puts it in his tail, carries it up the tree and weaves it into a beautiful nest. I have worked at Cleland for many years and it's so self-satisfying and rewarding to give children an opportunity to get nice and close to animals and understand the importance of our environment and how everything is connected. I would like really for the future that generations of children have the same opportunities to see our lovely native wildlife as what we do today. It's a really fantastic place to come and I'd encourage everybody to come up and enjoy a close encounter and understand our native wildlife here. We offer a great opportunity for children of all ages.
I was so lucky as a child to be surrounded by animals growing up in York Peninsula, but city kids nowadays don't get the opportunity to get this close to the birds or to pat a koala or to be so close to kangaroos. I personally think it is so important. And sometimes as parents, we get so busy, we don't necessarily have the time to do it with our kids as much as we'd like to. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to all the principals, school teachers, volunteers, angry mum, kangaroos, that go the hard yards and get the kids of Adelaide and South Australia out on day excursions into areas like this. There's hundreds of places you could do a school excursion in South Australia. Get inspired and head to southaustralia.com and you'll have plenty of examples.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
You guys know how much I love travelling around regional South Australia, but I'm always on the hunt for events and shows that make your trip into the regions even easier. The show they have on here at the Adelaide Showground is a cracker in the fact that it's not one show, it's two shows combined, for kids under 16, totally free.
We've got the Club Marine SA boat and fishing show, so it's a full-size boat show with fishing and diving and everything you want to do in that side of it. But also it's a four-wheel drive show. So you can buy the four-wheel drives, you can buy your four-wheel drive accessories, your camping gear, camper trailers, boats, everything. So it's a massive show.
I love a good South Australian success story and Light Force is one of them. Now I've got Alicia here to tell me, what is the story behind Light Force?
Okay, so basically started with a farmer up in Cleve, needed a light for his own sporting purposes. Couldn't find anything on the market to suit his needs, so basically made it himself. And so all these years later, we have the Light Force range of driving lights and sporting lights.
The best thing about the show, not only can you check out all the gear you love from every aspect of outdoors, but we've got massive entertainment. We've got a fishing stage.
The idea of the tank is to give you a fisher's eye view of how lures work. And I'll just show you a couple of lures that I know will catch a fish and work extremely well.
We've got the Club Marine Lifestyle Stay where you teach how to do cooking.
So now I'm going to turn those. Can you smell that from there?
There's even a bit of fun with the Isuzu D-Max team.
We're taking our passengers up on two wheels. We're going to pop them up 50 degrees up our two-wheel drive ramp, just like Travis is now, and give you a ride of a life up on two wheels with Team D-Max.
You never know who you're going to run into in the big smoke, including my old mate Ernie Dingo, who was very quick to tell me what he loved about South Australia.
You've got Wines, Kangaroo Island, the Riverina area. You go up through the bush, up the top, go out, do some fishing around Sojourner and stuff. The cliffs on there, unbelievable.
I love a show like this because it really is a truly all ages event. I mean, there's something for the oldies, there's something for the young ones, there's something for the kids. To be honest, I was actually going to do that, but the lady there said there's a weight limit of 65 kilos, so I was like 10 kilos over.
Something unique we really offer is we can actually get your boat licence here, come and do some seminars we've got, and then do the test, and you go away with something which you can use for the rest of your life.
You guys know that I pride myself on making your holidays really easy. Well, I run into Chris here. He's an old mate from Jamestown. Put it here, buddy.
Does he? Yep.
Awkward handshake out of the way. Now, tell us, you don't just sell camper trailers, you actually hire them out. Is that right?
We hire them out, and we have people from all over Australia come and hire them.
Yep.
And they take them wherever they want. We show them how to set it up, then off you go. We hire fridges and generators.
Yep.
And if you've got a group going somewhere, or even a wedding or some sort of event, we'll set up the campers for you wherever your destination is, up north in the Flinders, and you just come and sleep.
This show really captures the whole spirit of what South Australian lifestyle is.
It's all happening next weekend, folks, so head along next Friday, Saturday and Sunday for 2 shows in one. It's the Adelaide Fall Drive and Adventure Show, plus the Club Marine SA Boat and Fishing Show, and it's going to be held at the Adelaide Showground. You can even check out the brand new Toyota Hilux, plus I'll be there every day, so come and say g'day. Righto, I've got 10 holidays to give away, and all you need to do is be my Facebook friend. Listen up, folks, we've got heaps of free holidays to give away. How's 4 nights in any Discovery Holiday Park sound? Well, you can stay in one of their fancy cabins as well. There's 6 Discovery Holiday Parks located all around SA, including Clare, Barmera, Robe, Whyalla and Semaphore. Plus, their newest park is a cracker, Discovery Holiday Park in Tanunda, Barossa Valley. This place is awesome and it's the perfect location for hanging out in the Barossa. If you win, you can choose which one of the parks you'd like to stay at. Only takes 2 seconds to enter. Jump on Facebook right now, why not? Head to the South Aussie with Cosi page and enter.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
This week's Adelaide Arcade viewers clip is something super special. Swimming emus. What? Yeah, it's true. Anthony from Swiftwater Oysters saw these emus swimming across Coffin Bay. And it actually turns out they swim across the river as well. Paul Rayner sent me these photos of emus swimming across the River Murray near the South Australian border. Wow, that's amazing. Have a look at that. If you ever take any funny or freaky photos around South Australia, then you gotta send them into old Uncle Cosi and you could find yourself winding up on the Adelaide Arcade's viewers clip.
Here we are at Woodhouse. It's a 54-hectare property in the beautiful Piccadilly Valley in the Adelaide Hills. It's just the most magical, picturesque property, and it's only 20 minutes from the city centre. It is so local. We are an absolute hidden jewel.
If you listen to one thing for the whole show, listen to this, because this is a cheap holiday waiting to happen.
Woodhouse was purchased by Scouts SA well over 50 years ago, and it's primarily for use as a scout campsite. And I get a lot of phone calls from people saying, do you have to be a scout to come to Woodhouse? And no, you don't. Anyone can book to come to Woodhouse.
Okay, Susanna, I'm going to stop you right there, young lady. That is the key message here, folks. So I'm going to get Susanna to say it again.
Do you have to be a scout to come to Woodhouse? And no, you don't. Anyone can book to come to Woodhouse, whether you want to come up for the day, an individual, a family, or a large group of several hundred. If you want to come and stay overnight in one of our 3 large self-accommodating buildings.
Righto, it's time for a random Woodhouse fact. Did you know the tree that I'm sitting on right here is actually the oldest magnolia tree in the southern hemisphere? Not to be confused with Mongolia, which is actually quite a bit older than this tree.
This is the jewel in our crown. It's called the Old House. It's a 2-storey heritage listed mansion, and it was built in 1848, and it was a residence for the Premier Sir Richard Hanson Davies. The Old House is actually very popular with wedding groups.
Now, if you're thinking about getting married, this place is perfect. Have a listen to this. All of your guests can sleep here as it holds 62 people. You've got the English garden and chapel where you can hold your ceremony for free. You and your guests can check in Friday arvo and you don't have to leave till Sunday afternoon. You can decorate the mansion and the gardens however you want. You have a full self-catering kitchen where you can hire a caterer if you like to. Free activities for all of your guests. Plus, you can set up a marquee on the front lawn for the wedding reception and supply your own booze, which is going to save you mega bucks. And how's the cost? Have a listen to this. Only $3.5 grand for the 2 nights, which is only $28 per head per night if you can fill it up. Wow! And plus, those that stay here don't have to worry about getting cabs home. That is a bargain. In fact, I'd even consider splitting up with Mrs. Cosi just so I could remarry here. Coming up after the break, we'll show you something 60,000 people do a year that you might not even know existed.
South Aussie with Cosi. South Aussie with Cosi.
This week's Mighty South Aussie is the Chief Executive of SA Tourism, Rodney Harricks. When it comes to promoting this state, men don't come any more passionate than Rodney. His wife and kids live here in Adelaide and love exploring the state. So let's find out what Rodney loves about living in South Australia.
The great thing that I love about it is the vastness and the difference in terms of what our state has to offer. If you look at the data, you go back 3 or 4 years ago, South Australia from a food and wine point of view used to sit well down. Now we're 1 point behind Victoria. So there's a really strong view interstate and people are starting to understand that there is a really strong proposition around food and wine in South Australia. The last school holidays, I had an opportunity to get away with the family and we always really holiday at home here in South Australia. We went up to Coobapedi. We stayed underground and so we spent time in the breakaways, we got to go underground, see mining. So for us that was a great experience. There are over 30,000 people that are directly employed in tourism in our state, and when you take in indirect jobs that climbs to around 54,000 people. And the fact is when you look at it, it filters really widely, and that's a really powerful thing with tourism, is the depth and the breadth that it goes through our economy.
I'm showing you around Woodhouse up in the hills, which is only 20 minutes from the CBD. And despite what most people think, this place is open to everybody, not just the scouts. And best of all, it's mega good value. This is the start of the famous Woodies Challenge Hill. Now, chances are, if you've lived in South Australia for some time, you've probably been up through here because 60,000 people do this challenge hill every single year. And it's pretty much ages of 5 to 95, but also the police use it, the footy clubs use it, emergency services all use it for training. But the best thing about it is that it takes an hour and a half minimum, so it's a big chunk of an activity. And if you're staying here at Woodhouse, how much does it cost to do Challenge Hill? Absolutely nothing. And that is a bargain.
Anyone who wants to come over and pitch a tent, it's only $20 per person per night, and you've got 54 hectares of campground. We've got toilets and hot showers, kitchen sink and free gas barbecue. Coming up for the day is $15 per person. It's only $40 per person per night for accommodation.
The affordability of Woodhouse has really blown me away. Not only that, the diversity in accommodation options, from camping to the main house to all of the things that they have on offer here that are for free. It's really cool. But this place, for example, again, you've got the cabin here that works out $20 per head per night. So mum and dad can stay up here if they want, and the kids can pitch their tents down here. Or I was thinking even better than that, mum and the kids stay down here and dad stays up here by himself.
We've got campfire circles dotted all around the property, and we've also got half 44-gallon drums, so you can have a campfire right near your cabin or your campsite, and it's one of the very few places that do allow campfires.
I'm Ash from Ash and Kel's Kitchen, and my wife and I have started a catering business, and we work for Woodhouse and generally do mostly school camps. We do a lot of weddings, and we do self-catered camps where we can set the food up or we can fully cater.
Look, I love the idea of you going away on a holiday, not having to worry about cooking, getting Ash and Kel in, they do the catering, you do nothing at all. And by the way, Ash is serious about what he does. You know why? Because
Ash buys cling wrap 600 metres at a time.
Is that the microwave there, is it? Back there?
Cakes is one thing that we do. for morning tea when you have a camp package here at Woodhouse, and the kids love it.
Thank you.
I love when you're staying at a place where you can have a campfire close by. People can go to bed as they want to, and you can just let the kids run free while Mum and Dad kick back with a South Aussie wine or four.
Austin, have a look at the fire for us, buddy. Just look down at the fire.
Perhaps not like that. In a non-freaky way. I get so many emails and they say the same thing. Where can we stay with a big group? Maybe it's a significant birthday, a wedding, or just a family get-together. Well, this place, Woodhouse, is a cracker. This place holds 62 people, and if you work it out, it only costs $40 per head per night, and you get this 9-bedroom historic mansion with the massive kitchen that you saw us in earlier. So I think that's really good value and the perfect place to have any sort of event, and I just love the idea of getting big groups of people together. So put Woodhouse on the to-do list. I'm going to leave you with this. This is the level of dedication I have for promoting South Australia. At the end of every day's filming, this is what I have to do. You ready? Sam, the lovely wife. Okay, take it off. No, do it slowly. Oh, that actually took hair off. A lot of hair. That's it for this week, my furry little friends. You can watch the full episode online, and I guess I'll see you on the road somewhere. Catch ya.
In South Australia we will go, head away, holiday.
South Aussie with Cosi is proudly brought to you by the South Australian Tourism Commission.
South Aussie with Cosi.
I like possums.